Well, happy Monday. Coming back to you with a video. Missed you guys. I know it's been a while, but I am officially uploading my video on converting my alternator from a 110 to a 320. It's a great video. Pardon my gum chewing. I will never make another video and chew gum again. I swear I sound like a 7-year-old with the Hubba Bubba issues or something, just chewing gum or bubblicious gum. No, none of that crazy stuff. But it's just my fault, y'all. My fault. I even put it in there as a text to say my fault. But enjoy the video. Like, comment, subscribe. I am officially back. I'm just gonna, just share the cool stuff that I got with you guys and see what you think. But like, comment, subscribe, enjoy the video. Peace. Share your thoughts, share your comments, good or bad. Publicity is publicity. Peace. Been a minute. What's up, y'all? Back with a video. It's been a while, but it's gonna be a different one for me. I'm gonna do a high output alternator on my 2020 Nissan. So this is going by this is stock 110, and I purchased a. Don't mind me, I'm at work. A output. Autotech QVP 320 amp alternator. Excited about it. I'm gonna do an unboxing of it. I already took it out the package from the unboxing of it. Show you the contents that are in it. Yeah, I got a little work to do. Shouldn't be too bad. I've been a mechanic for a long time, so I'm used to this. But please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me go ahead and get this going. I'll show you guys what's inside the box. All right. So I got the box open, and here's what's. So you get a spec sheet. And I'm at work right now, so school's out for summer, so yay for me. So this is the order number, part number. You get the output rating at 650 RPM, and at 18 that should have 334. 1800 RPM. One thing that I don't have is a amp clamp or a amp clamp, but I have my test light to see the output of the voltage, but not the amps. So that's full sheet. Gives you warnings to keep this from my records, and you should have good shape, fully charged batteries, which I have two. I have. Let's see. I have a lithium diehard that I just purchased, and then I have diehard that's in the front, and then in the back, hold on a second, and in the back I have 5K Truck and Thunder. It's in the rear. I gotta clean all this up, make it look presentable. I put the blocks of wood right here so the box wouldn't slide. I got 115 ZVX. So again, it definitely gets down. There's no secret to it. It's one of the loudest I've had. But so the guys out there with banging systems more than me, but hey, doesn't matter. You gotta stay in your lane. I'm just in my lane. So here's the second spec sheet. Yes. The instructions to do with the harness. So, bad boy is not light. Hold on a second. Bad boy is not light. It's got some weight to it. So, it's got some weight to it. And per the instructions, I'm going to leave a link in the description for the alternator. I'm also going to leave you a link for the correct belt you have to get, because apparently there's a half a size smaller, and they recommend and tell you to get the right belt, where to hook up this lead, which is like, for example, this goes directly to the alternator, and then this goes to a 12-volt ignition source in the fuse box. So what I did was, and I'll show you that too, I bought some stubby mini fuse taps, which you can tap into a circuit, and I did that. So this is my setup. I have a 2-wire, so it tells you again that the L wire goes to ignition source, and the S wire connects to alternator battery post. So the post on the alternator, my fault. So let me go that guy. This, according to my research, should be the correct belt, because the stock belt is a K0605012. This is a 507. It should be a ½ inch shorter because the diameter of this pulley is smaller. And then when you install this, this has more grooves than the belt. So according to what the customer service guy told me, to put the ribs close to the alternator base. Don't put it this far because it's going to walk and damage your belt, but put it here. And again, with this, it's going to tap into my fuse. Comes with fuses in it. They said they recommend a 7.5 to a 10 amp max. I'm going to put a 10 amp in it. I'm going to use this. It's going to connect here, but I have additional wire. I'm going to splice and cut. I'm going to use that. Tap into this, that into that. You kind of get the. So this belt should be the right size. I'll put the link in the description. Gates K057 from my Altima. Nissan Altima. 2019. I think to 22, because I think 23 is when he changed it again to whatever they're doing. So just check that, and just check that. Somebody had a message on the screen. Well, let me get started and get this thing apart, and I'll show you what I've done. Got my lift set, so I'm gonna raise it up. So, I'm taking the wheel off. If I can get it to stay. It ain't gonna be able to stay. Hold up, player. So, these are 21. Take the wheel off. Now that the wheels are off, I upgraded the brakes to power stocks. Now that the wheels are off, take your flathead, pop these 4 out. Pop them 4 out. Should be able to access the lower part of the belts. It's actually 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Set that down. Come over. I need to get a flashlight. As you can see, tensioner is here. We're going to relieve that, which it looks like. Let me get a flashlight. Hold on. Flashlight, fully charged. Okay. What we're looking at is the tensioner, just right there. So I'm going to relieve tension off the belt and get that off, so I can get to the bolts here to take off the alternator. But let me just show you what I got. So I had to use the gear wrench tool, serpentine belt tool. It's a tight spot. You're not, I repeat, you're not gonna get a ratchet and a socket on there. It's so close to the firewall. I do recommend getting one of these. You probably can use a double wrench setup with an open end box end wrench on one side and double wrench it to get it loose, but this makes it a lot easier. So you're gonna go clockwise to release the tension. You see it moves. All right, let me go ahead and get this belt off. It's off. Here's the first thing I'm gonna do. Check out my pulleys, make sure it's good. This car is only 4 years old, so it shouldn't be nothing, but you always check it. Everything is good by hand. Here's what I want to check, which is the most important part. Make sure these belts are right. And again, it sits in the groove like that. The back sits towards the base of the alternator. Alright, so let me compare these sizes real quick. So stretch test, and it is about a ½ inch short. And that's about an inch. It's about like that, so it should be perfect. So now let me go ahead and get the alternator removed. Alright, 12 millimeter to take off the post. The OEM is right here. It's got a one wire harness connector here. These are both of my power wires. One to this front battery, one to the rear lithium. That's disconnected. Yes, it's live. I don't want to get killed in the comments, but I don't feel like disconnecting all that. Just knowing that the chance of me arcing this against metal is very slim. I'm gonna take the alternator like, oh, and just, toss it or whatever. But so yeah. So now I gotta disconnect this ground. I got an extra ground to the alternator chassis, or yeah, to the casing of the alternator to help with ground noise and all that. And that's one of the recommended steps they tell you, is to make sure you do that, to make sure it puts out the voltage that it needs to. So it's a 13 at the bottom. Flashlight. Hold up. It's 13. Yeah. Right there. That's another one at the bottom right there. Those two will come out. So let me go ahead and get this thing out. You what's up? All right. Front alternator bolt is out. So that one is out right there. That's where my ground wire is. There's one that's stuck in it, but what usually happens is it comes out to work it. It's got a little shim at the bottom that kind of wedges it into the housing or bracket, alternator bracket that it bolts to. Bolts to the engine. So you gotta just have it come up in one time. Let me see if I can get it out. I just wanted to show you that. To a little persuasion, but back the engine up. If you can get it out, you gotta wiggle that shim like I told you. It's like right there. It's right there. Let's proper point to it. Right. Where is it? I can show it right there. Where the tip of this proper section. That thing wedges up against the housing, so it can be a pain to wiggle loose. You got to put a little muscle on it. But let me get this thing out of here. So now the alternator's out. Side by side comparison. You can see how the pulleys look different. So again, this is smaller in diameter compared to that one. So the belt's a ½ inch smaller. Prayerfully, it's the right size. Go ahead and heat this up. Hold on a second. Got that heated up. This goes on here like so. So then my other positive and the alternator positive goes on there. So got a lot to put on one terminal, but it's gonna work. All right, we're gonna get this bad boy in. Very important. Very important. Please pay attention to this. I noticed there's a difference between this one and the Autotech. So when this goes in, it goes in. Let's see. So it'll go in like that. The one at the bottom needs this from the old one to tighten up. I gotta figure that part out. But what's going on is there's a bracket they added here. They should have added another one there too. I think I'm missing a bracket, but I believe I can make it work. I just gotta get that thing tight and get it wedged on there somehow to make it work. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I gotta figure that part out. So let me go ahead and get it going. Jesus, man. Let me show y'all what I had to do. There's a nut insert on this one. Has it. I took it out of this one. you can tap it out. And I went in with the insert behind right. Can't hardly see it. Let's see if we can get a good shot of it. Oh, let me back that camera up some. So right there's a stud right here. Right underneath here, I put it right there. You see the bottom alternator bolt is there and the nuts on the back side. I just gotta watch it. I got it really tight. I don't see it coming loose. So I'll double check it. I'm gonna put a lock washer on it or something. Whatever. But now I'm gonna test this belt. That's the most. Else is pretty simple. This is the wire that's I gotta feed that to the ignition over there. 5-inch ones. It's key on, engine on. And when you key on, engine off, then it'll stop charging the diode on the alternator. But let me go ahead and put this belt on. You're gonna fight, but it fits. It fits. Took a little persuasion. I'm gonna go ahead and straighten it up a little bit right there, but it fits. It definitely fits. So I check the top. It's on the compressor at the bottom. Yep. So it works. Alternator is on. Final thing is getting the key on, engine off, ignition source. That's next. So I zip tied it. Zip tied the butt connector. That's the ignition wire that's gonna run to the fuse box right here. All this tight. Told you it's like the easiest thing to do. Still even got my little cheap factory boot on it from the OEM cable that goes to the battery. That remains disconnected. You don't use that. And from what I was told, you leave that alone because that will fry the diode. It doesn't have enough, I guess, current or voltage you need a 12-volt source to activate the diode or the regulator. Well, the internals of that for it to work, basically. Best to explain itself sometimes. But let me go ahead and find the power. So I'm gonna give you guys the source that I use as well. And you guys so Harbor Freight, I'm gonna put a loom over this to make it look a little nicer. So, but yep, good source. All right, here's the safest bet that I think that'll work. Didn't take me long to figure it out, but these have little tabs you release. You push this back. There's 4 of them. There's 2 on the other side. Right there. Well, 2 right there. I'm sorry. It's kind of hot. And this thing, you can't separate unless you want to fight and do all that. So here's what I want to do. I'm going to use this one. This third number 10. It's actuator 5. And it's only a 10 amp circuit. That is hot all the time. I didn't use that one. The diagram is like upside down. It's weird. So I'm not going to flip it upside down for you guys to be looking upside down on your TVs or whatever you're watching them on, you know, your phone or whatever. But moving that out the way, I'm going to pull, what's the name? Here we go. Got a better light on. Let's see if it'll stay. Alright, so I'm going to pull that one that says actuator 4. I'm going to use that one. That one above it, it's kind of hard. I think it's injection control or injector or something. Whatever that is, I'm going to use actuator 4. Because it's a 10 amp and it's key on, engine off. So no problems, I'll let you know. But let me go ahead and get that working. Well, only bad thing, the light's going to stay on. 14.5, 14.7. Now I gotta try to get this ground loop. Is driving me insane. But I'll let y'all know the results I got once I'm done. Alright, y'all. I had to mute the audio for this for copyright purposes, but this is just a demonstration of the final product. My ground loop issue is solved to a certain extent. I'm going to rerun my grounds to a better location and try that and I turned my gains down. So that helped a lot. Yeah, she's definitely bumping. I just got the 115 back there. You seen in the video. Right now we're going inside to show you what my voltage is putting out with the newly installed alternator. And it's putting out about 13. The gauge on my radio is about 3/10 off. It's not accurate, but sounds good. It's bumping. Thank you for tuning in, and have a blessed one. Like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.